Hello everyone and welcome to Inspiring Best Living channel where we talk about wealth creation, wellness and well-nourished soul. My name is Remi Wesley Ogude and I am your host. Today specifically we'll be talking about wellness and the topic is don't trade your health for a living. Work-life balance is a universal challenge that a lot of people struggle with. And work-health balance is a major component of work-life balance. By work-health balance, what do I mean? I'm talking about how you can take steps that can help you to prevent you from having to trade your health for a living. As healthcare professional, I can tell you this with my experience, my knowledge and research that we have three different categories of people who have approached work health balance in different ways. I'm going to quickly highlight those people, the categories of these people, and how they have approached it differently. The first category are the people who are not health conscious at all and whose work enable them or gives them permission to actually embrace healthy living if they choose to. The second category of people are the people who are very health conscious but have very stressful work or career. The third category are the people who, in spite of the work or regardless of the work they engage in, they are always taking intentional steps to maintain a good work-health balance. Now, I want to dive more into the conversation by looking at the characteristics or different things that the people in the first category do. Like I said, they are the people who do not care about their health at all. They are not health conscious and the work they do allows them to at least integrate the components of health into their daily living. I'll give you examples. People who have easy work, sometimes their work may be 9 to 5, their work may be 9 to maybe 12, 9 to 3, and they have ample opportunities, ample time to still go ahead, maybe do some sport activities or do some exercise or have time to prepare good meal that are very healthy. But these people would rather choose to either buying food or ordering junks than they know is not profitable for them. Or some of them may even be very young, maybe in their 20s or 30s, thinking that it does not matter, they will catch up, they will eat whatever they like. Some end up smoking, drinking, taking food, drinks, inhaling things that are not good for them. Some may even, as a result of that, because of the sleep deprivation that comes with some of those substances at times, may be involved in accidents, which can pose a risk to their life. Things, they are very complacent about their health and they can't be bothered. And that's the first category. The problem and the implication of this is that sometimes some of these things may catch up with such people. It's true that they may have good health at the time they are exhibiting that kind of behavior, but later in life, some of these habits that they have formed may not help them to be healthy and may eventually accumulate in terms of the effects, the impact may accumulate to bring sickness later. That's why, guys, we need to be very careful. The second category are the people who are very health conscious, but their work could be very stressful. Their work may pose a little health risk in terms of it's not intentional for the employer, but that's just how it turns out to be. I will give you an example. Examples are people who work in places that they inhale hazardous, substances, toxic materials. And examples also could be those who are working in places where their work involves long hours and also odd hours. I am one of those because as a nurse, I work long hours. I also do night job. Doesn't mean I don't like my work or it's not good. That's not what I'm saying. I love my job and I still love it. I still do it. But what I'm saying is that because of the health consciousness of this category of these people, They still, in spite of the health struggles around, in spite of the hot hours, they can find a way of recuperating. For instance, somebody like me, I try to sleep when I'm off. I may not make up for all the sleep that I've not had, but at least it helps. I try to hydrate more, get some sunlight, which can also are different ways of trying to improve myself and compensate for that kind of job. Those who are also inhaling toxic substances or things that are not very healthy, I'm sure that the workplace normally provides things they can use to actually mitigate against such risk. And if they do not, you can use mask or things that can help you just to protect yourself. So that is second category of people I want to quickly highlight. The third category of people are people who are very health conscious, regardless of what kind of job they are doing. They integrate the different components of health into their daily living. They are health conscious, whether their job is hard or easy, they just take intentional steps to ensure that they incorporate healthy living into their lives. I want to quickly mention that the safest place to be is that third category. Why? Because job is a means to an end. One day, because it's a temporary, our job will either leave us or we leave the job. When I say to leave us, as in one day we'll be forced to retire. We won't be there forever. Or we leave the job when we decide to either move to another job. But we want to consider what impact. Is the job going to leave us in a good shape, or is it going to leave one in a out of shape? So these are some of the things we need to consider. And I know that a lot of people get stuck to their job because, number one, they feel that they've invested so many years in training, in going to school to be able to get to where they are. And the job is so very important to them because they need the job to pay their mortgage, to pay their tuition fee or the tuition fee of their children, or to, just as a means of living. It's so important. And I understand I've been there until I begin to think differently that yes, I do need this job and I know it's so important, but I also want to balance things. And this is so very important for us to consider. Is the job very important? And if it's posing so much risk to our health and we have gotten to a season that we can't handle those things again, we might also want to look at the option of retraining. There's nothing bad in it. I've had to retrain from one job to another. I did finance and business at a point in time. I retained to become a registered nurse. I also retrained after to become investor. I'm still combining the two. And it's quite easy for me because I'm able to navigate around those different career opportunities. And I'm saying this because I've also had a friend who told me about her story, how she was able to retrain. She said she's a family friend, she's a lawyer. And at some point, she was having a lot of health struggle. She was telling me and sharing with me about how demanding her job is as a lawyer. So she had to retrain. She said she became a real estate agent and most of her health struggle got resolved. Why? Because she was happier. The retraining became something that turned the tide around for her. I'm not saying law is bad as a profession. I do have a high respect for lawyers and I love them. But I'm just saying that it's different for different people. We're in different seasons of our lives, depending on your age, your experiences. What I'm saying is that retraining is also an option we can look at if we feel that at the time or where we are, the job we're handling may not be something that is very, very good for our health. And we can also see examples in aviation industry during COVID. A lot of pilots started retraining because they were not sure of when next they will fly until the whole COVID resolved. So there's nothing wrong in retraining. It's also a very good way of giving yourself option in terms of what you can do. Now, today, I want to quickly look at other things. I will share with us some tips that can help us to maintain a good work-health balance. The first one I want us to consider is preparing our meal where it is feasible. It might take a little time, but we're in control of the ingredients we use. We're in control of what we're eating rather than going out to buy food. Yeah, sometimes it's not that it is totally wrong to buy as long as once in a while, it's not all the time. The reason is because you just know what you are eating and you take your time to prepare what is healthy. The second one is enrolling in a gym if your workplace provides you that opportunity. How about to do that? My workplace thankfully provides us with gym, and my break, during my break, I split it about 1.5 hours. I go to gym for about 45 minutes, and then the other 45 minutes, I still have it to do other things I want to do. This is particularly very helpful for those who do long hours. Because by the time you finish work, you get back home, you may not have that opportunity to do any exercise. So it's something that is also helpful that we might want to consider. The third one is working on, you might want to prefer to walk through this staircase rather than elevator, depending on the distance. Yes, if the floor you are going is maybe 10th floor, 11th floor, 12th floor, that may be challenging. But if it's second floor, third floor, you might prefer to just once in a while take the staircase. That helps you also. It also helps you in terms of compensating for the exercise you may not be able to adequately do during the day, assuming you are not at work. The other one is you may want to consider biking. Biking helps. It's a very, very good exercise. It's good for your heart as well. So where feasible, instead of just entering bus, if the distance between your house and your office is not too far, you might just bike, or you may do it maybe 2 times in a week rather than every day, depending on what works out for you. Because all of these things, we have to look at our life, holistically. So that's another very good option. I'm not sure what we are struggling with at this point as we're hearing me and listening to this message. But if we're having any health challenge, or we're in any of the categories of classes of people I talked about earlier, maybe the first one that don't even care about their health, or the second one that care but are constrained because of their job, I want you to know that bringing this kind of video, the reason why I'm very passionate about it is because of what I've also been through before. And I want you to be able to consider some of the things that has been shared in this video. The fact that your health is where it is and you're not very good about it, or because of your work or whatever has been responsible for it to take the shape that it has taken that you're not very happy about. The fact that that has happened does not mean you cannot begin to take intentional steps now to address some of those things. Some of those things I've suggested are very, very helpful. I want you to know, like my husband says, that the only one that is very dangerous is not doing anything. Do nothing strategy is a loser strategy. And I know I am talking to champions now. And I know that as you are watching this video, the winning power that you have is being triggered. And as you take some steps to correct some actions or some things that you are doing, and you begin to do it differently, I know that you're going to have resounding positive results that you yourself will be happy about, and you can share with some other people some other time. As I round up today, I want to remind you that this platform is to inspire best living in you in 3 areas: wealth creation, wellness, and well-nourished soul. Remember, you don't have to choose between your health and your wealth. You can have both as icing cake of a well-nourished soul. I am your host, Remi Wesley Ogude, and I really thank you for tuning in today. I want to encourage you, please share the link with someone you think may benefit from it. Also, subscribe by pressing the notification button so that you can get the new episode coming right away. You can be notified as soon as it is produced. Until I come your way again, take care and bye.